Hi, welcome to another edition of Larry's First Impression Beer Reviews. Today, got a little something something from Lagunitas Brewing Company. I'm going to try to pronounce the name correctly this time. Last beer review I did for Lagunitas, I think I really butchered their name immensely every time I tried to pronounce it. But they did me a favor for this bottle, and they said how to say it right there. It just says, how do you pronounce it? Lagunitas. So, a little something something from Lagunitas is a gift to me to check out from a friend of mine. Thanks, Norm. I have only had one other beer from Lagunitas, and that it was the Undercover Investigation, which I thought was delicious. So hopefully Lagunitas brings it to the table with a little something something. It is an unlimited release. So they kind of trick you a little bit on the label. It says big letters, limited release, but then it says un. So it's cool because you can get it all year long. Lagunitas started in California, but they also have a brewery in Chicago. So I think that their distribution is pretty wide, and I don't think that you ever would have a problem finding this beer if you were to look for it to try. So I've kind of overlooked it a lot because there's so many choices out there, and I kind of gravitate more so towards beers that are microbrewery. Lagunitas started out as a microbrewery, but then became partners with the Heineken group. So Heineken has a 50% or slightly more interest in Lagunitas, so that kind of falls into the big boy category. So I kind of have a little bit of a problem with picking up beers from big conglomerates like the InBevs and the Heineken group and Miller Coors. Not to say that they don't make good beer, but I really like the craft beer side of it with the small microbreweries. So that's just me. I did really enjoy Lagunitas' last one that I tried. So let's get right to it. Let's take a look at the label. I did a little reading online, and this group of brewers seems to have quite a great sense of humor, and I love the label. Right? It's got a cute little girl on there, and it's like, hey baby, how about a little something something? And I think on the side of it, also in addition to learning how to pronounce Lagunitas, they also have instructions on the side that says that life is short. Life is uncertain. Don't sip. So I guess it's gonna be bottoms up. So let's crack it. Let's get in a glass. Let's smell this bad boy and see what kind of head we have on it. And with no further ado, so 7.5% alcohol by volume, and I'm having a hard time getting the cap off. And 65 IBUs. So it should be nice bitterness to it. The cap has got their signature little dog on it. So I did read a little bit about why the dog, and it's inspired by Petey from Little Rascals. So it's supposedly a pit bull and hanging around with the kids back in the 40s. So if you're my age, you probably will well remember the Little Rascals reruns when you're younger. If you're older than me, you'll definitely probably remember them much better. Some of the younger generation might be missing out on that. If you are, you're kind of missing out on a cool little slice of cinematic history, and I don't know where you'd be able to find it. Maybe on online or on Netflix. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I digress. Let's get this bad boy in a glass and see what it's all about. So it is 50% wheat and wheat malts, and with a generous amount of hops, they said. So it's pouring out beautiful, kind of a clean lagerish kind of color. It's got lots of nice bubbles floating up in that boy. That looks very, very good. I chose this glass because it's a wheat beer, and I've liked a couple other wheat beers that I've had that I tried in this glass. It's a little bit of a cross between a Pilsner and I lost my train of thought. A cross between a Pilsner and maybe a stifter glass. Yeah, so a little citrusy. Does not give me anything else but maybe citrusy, more maybe an orange kind of smell. So let's see what a little something something smells like out of the glass. Love the little light effervescence coming up off that bottle, off that glass. Look at that deliciousness. Got a nice frothy head on it. And it's sticking around. It's not dissipating at all. All right. Had better aromas out of the bottle, but this has got the same sort of, but just a little bit more muted. Again, I love the color. It looks like a lager almost. Yeah. All right. So here's to life being uncertain. I'm going to take a couple of sips, but then I'm going to throw it back. So here's to Lagunitas, a little something something. When my friend Norm gave me this beer, he said, you know what, until I tried this, M43 was my go-to beer. This is nothing like M43. I would almost dare say there's a lot of flavors going on there. Maybe that's the appeal. A lot of almost berry. Definitely got a nice hop presence. I would say that if you are more of a lager type person, but you like a little bit of hops, this is a really good beer for that. I don't know if I would put it in the class of M43 by comparison. Maybe he's just saying, hey, since I tried this stuff, this is my new favorite beer. And if that's the case, that's very cool. Yeah, but that is a good beer, and I think it's probably much more affordable than M43. I don't remember exactly what the IBUs are in M43, but at 7.5, this has got plenty of value for it. Yeah, the more I sample it, the more I like it. Well, Norm, hey, I appreciate you looking out for me. Certainly, life is uncertain, and I'm not going to sip the rest of this. I'm going to throw it back. And so, here's to Lagunitas. Here's to Petey. Cheers.